Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another Monday 10-minute training. I am Dr. Rob Van Bergen of Pain Free for Life, and today I want to talk about the liver and optimizing liver health. Now, the liver is a vital organ that plays a crucial role in our overall health and well-being. It has the not so glamorous yet absolutely crucial job of processing and filtering toxins from the blood, producing bile to aid in digestion, and regulating the body's metabolism. Without a functioning liver, our body will eventually fail. We will die. There's nothing we can do. We need a liver to survive. So therefore, maintaining optimal liver health is essential for a healthy body. And it's especially worth paying attention to for people that are chronically sick and have chronic pain, because often these things can signal a trigger, if you will, a reduction in liver health, because it's often harder to live healthily when we go through these things. And inflammation in the body tends to spread, and it can affect our internal organs. The liver carries a very, very heavy load. Now, the Hache protocol for pain resolution promotes 5 elements for our health and well-being, including stress reduction, nutrition, fitness, sleep, and microcurrent therapy. And when it comes to our liver health, it really is important to emphasize 2 of these elements, nutrition and microcurrent. Now, nutrition plays a crucial role in liver health. The liver, it requires specific nutrients such as B vitamins, magnesium, and antioxidants to function correctly. The Hache protocol emphasizes a diet rich in whole, nutrient-dense foods, including fruits, vegetables, whole grains, and lean proteins, as one would expect, healthy things. Processed foods, alcohol, and sugar, these should be avoided. Alcohol especially is one of the worst things for your liver. A toxic liver can occur as a result of consumption of too much of these things that we should avoid. And ultimately, beginning with the slow leaking of enzymes into the bloodstream, acting as early warning signs of impending liver disease and current liver inflammation. Now, the liver has an amazing capacity to heal, and even when nearly fully destroyed, lifestyle changes alone can often turn it around as little as 60 days. It has to just be a drive to actually make those changes. So some quick tips for people with liver problems. First off, start eating a more alkaline diet. 75% of your diet should be alkaline foods, with the other 25% trending to lower end acids. Okay, I think venison instead of beef and duck eggs instead of chicken eggs. On the protein side of things, for example. But acids and alkaline, these things cross all boundaries of foods. So look into what you're eating. Try and make 75% of what is on your plate for each meal alkaline instead of acid. This alone gives the liver a break, protects it, and can make it start to heal. The other thing is to drink a cup of black coffee each morning. Coffee has shown time and time again to be friendly to the liver. Don't corrupt it with sugar or milk. Black coffee may not be your thing, it may not taste too great, but it is really good for the liver. If you add sugar and milk to it, you are potentially adding more inflammation to it, and maybe just what's the point of taking it at that point? You also want to keep inflammatory foods out of your diet. That should be obvious, to prevent further inflammation, because inflammation will lead to liver damage. Now, in addition to proper nutrition, the Hache protocol incorporates microcurrent therapy to enhance liver function. Microcurrent involves the use of low-level electrical current to promote healing and cellular repair. When applied to the liver, microcurrent therapy can improve circulation, reduce inflammation, and support detoxification. Now, we have an extensive liver protocol that involves the use of meridians, the vagus nerve, and beyond, but the honest to goodness best thing you can do is to work the liver itself to enable a reduction of inflammation. All you need to do is to use the device directly over the liver on an anti-inflammatory program such as 350 Hertz or SanaSurf 350. So you take your device, you set the power, and you start working directly over the liver itself. The Y electrode works well for this as well, but you need to get the inflammation down. Now, your liver is on your right side of your body underneath your pectoral area, okay? And it extends quite a bit further onto the left side from the right, but it gets thinner as it goes. So it's mostly down the side and up here on this area. So you want to make sure you cover all of this ground working out active zones. So you set the power to a comfortable level. So you simply adjust it up with the plus button, right? Until you can feel it. And then you work over it on that program. And once you've gotten rid of the active zones, or you've spent 3 to 5 minutes treating that area, then you want to follow up with soft tissue repair modes, such as 77 Hertz or Sana Soft T. I like to advise the use of these particular programs, the Sana Soft T and 77 Hertz, with a Chi Wave pad, because this allows us to, or VHA, this allows us to convert the frequencies into a pulse electromagnetic field and push them deeper into the body. So this can make sure we are fully saturating all of the tissue with repair signals after we've eliminated that inflammation and broken up those active zones with the microcurrent directly. Remember, you want to have that combination, because if you don't break up the active zones, you won't break them up with PEMF. But being able to combine the two, super good. If you don't have the PEMF pad, you can definitely do the soft tissue regeneration programs with the microcurrent. It's just not as on the nose as to getting in deep, right? It still does a very good job, and I think it will work just the same, but having access to those tools will just simplify things. Now, obviously, to perform microcurrent therapy at home, a microcurrent machine can be used. And this treatment will be very beneficial to do each day. So I highly recommend that you do start home treatment if you're working on your liver. For the simple treatment that I've talked about above, actually any of our devices will work, from the basic Avasia Life Genesis to the Avasia Life Evolution, and even the Pinnacle, of course, at the top of the line, are going to work very well for this. Remember that with the Genesis, you won't have the modes I mentioned for the inflammation, but a program like Blue Stimulation does suffice as a good anti-inflammatory program in that device. And then you still have the soft tissue repair mode, the 77 Hertz, to be able to do the liver repair. So you've got all that you really need there. And if you combine either or any of these devices with the Chi Wave PEMF pad, you're going to have access to that deeper saturation. The primary advantage to something like the Evolution or the Pinnacle is the vagus nerve, which, as I mentioned earlier, does play a larger role in the healing of the gut, and the liver is no stranger to that. It's definitely a big part of the benefits of the vagus nerve stimulation. So that is really all it takes. All you got to do is to work on the diet, be kind to your liver that way, right? Treat it well, and it will be fine. Sort it out electrically, clear the inflammation, stimulate soft tissue repair. You're going to be way on your way to resolving whatever ails the liver, and ultimately to supporting overall health and well-being. So that's it for today's training. Thank you all for joining me, and I hope to see you next week for another Monday 10-minute training. Take care.